Okay, here's Rod. I'm back with a recent auction haul. I'm going to do a little bit different this time because some of the items I picked up, I've done, a video on books to pick up, and I'll show you why these particular books seem to be a good pickup. But let's just jump right into it. I'll talk about the books in a few minutes, but because I want to clear out some of the stuff sitting right in front of me. I got a huge mess here, believe it or not. The I'm just gonna go right down the list. This first item, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna list it for. I think I might be able to get about 20 to 30 bucks off of it. It's this vintage toaster. It actually flips down both sides. I don't think it's a home run by no means. I just thought it was pretty cool. I paid $5 for it. I'm kind of leery about testing it because I would take a close look at the cord. As you can see, the cord is fairly frayed. It might be one of those things I plug in and run. Maybe I'll get a video of that as well before maybe me electrocuting myself would go viral. All in the name of eBay reselling. It is a little bit dirty in there. I mean, there's not much to there. It's basically coils and ceramic. This particular model was made by Montgomery Ward. Many of you probably don't know what Montgomery Ward is. It used to be like a Sears, J.C. Penney's, that type of store. So anyway, I paid $5 for that. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be a huge return, but I just thought it was pretty cool anyway. Okay, the next thing, lately I've been getting into jewelry. And for one reason is it's given me opportunity to learn. I think that any time that you have an opportunity to learn something, you should take that chance. So I delved into jewelry recently. I've been doing pretty well with it. Some of these items here are things I picked up from the auction this last week. And I had this first lot it was 7 sets of cufflinks, and I paid $14 for them, so $2 a piece. I haven't tested all of them, but I'm going to see if this will pick up. I put on styrofoam so that maybe you could get a better view and I could hold it up there. But these are just a basic silver tone cufflink. And they are bullet toggle, and they're the ones that come, they sit, I'll try to hold these up to my hand. They sit on an angle, and yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, with a bullet toggle. So there's set number 1. I'll set those back here. This next set is a set of swank cufflinks. These are gold tone. I'm still practicing on my, I think they may be gold plated, but maybe it's the light that's just too bright for these. I was gonna put paper up, but I thought that might be. Let me see if I can block some of that light. There we go. That might help out a little bit. Again, a pair of gold tone bullet toggle cufflinks. And I'll kind of go over pricing here in a bit. Here's another silver tone. These were, I didn't think that they didn't have a mark in them. I don't believe. No, these were not marked. I thought I had one set that was. If you're looking at these and you're looking for the marks, oftentimes they are in the little, inside the mechanism that holds the toggle. So again, these have almost like a floral leaf design. Let me see if I can hold that where it doesn't get too bad of a reflection here. Anyway, again, I'm averaging these out at $2. Here's another, I believe these are swank as well. I had a couple, I've been bouncing a lot. I see a lot of swank and Hickok in the vintage cufflinks. So But these are a gold tone starburst. That's how I'll advertise them. See if you can see the starburst there as I rotate it in the light. They are bullet backs as well, and that's due to the shape of the toggle. If you see that, it looks kind of like a torpedo or bullet. Okay, this next, I have two more pairs that I thought were, well, actually all three of these next pairs I thought were pretty unique. This set is a gold tone. I think I actually tested. I'm gonna have to retest all of these again. I guess I do have my solution here, my acid. But you ever cut into a tree and got the piece and just took? It looks like they just took a slice of a tree, and that's what they modeled these cufflinks off of. And then, again, these are bullet back as well. And I think these were marked. This might have been my Hickok ones. No, I guess not. I don't know which ones I had that were marked besides the swank that I showed you earlier. My eyes are getting terrible. These little loops come in pretty handy. These are going to need to be cleaned up, but I thought these are very, very unique. It's got some kind of marble, or, I mean, to me that's what it looks like, is a marble. I don't think it's glass. I mean, I don't think it's plastic. I think it is. Maybe they are. I don't know. This is the hard thing is with me is glass versus beads. I think it's just going to have to come with experience. But there you can see it. These have a little bit different. I cannot remember the style of toggle this is. They come to almost a point at each end. But these are a little bit smaller. And then these next ones came from, oh, I can't even remember what they were. It was I'll leave notes. I'll look them up and I'll leave notes. But I thought these were pretty unique. These are a bullfighter. And of course, this isn't gold. Oftentimes, the whole process, I can't remember the name of it, but the process of it's the gold part is like a foil, and they etch it in there, and then they do another process to make that black design around the outside. I wish my zoom would work a little bit better, but as you can see, there's a matador and a bull with a Roman numeral 2 sitting there. So those were all my cufflinks that I picked up from this lot. They were I'm listing them anywhere from I think the lowest one I did was $14.99 up to $24.99 a set. The next thing we have is, oh, I don't even know if I brought that down here. Oh yeah, I did. This is just more for fun. This is a toy, but it actually shoots. See if I can. I don't have it loaded. It shoots those little. It's an air gun toy there, and it shoots out those little plastic pellets. I think it's got like airsoft or something. But I shot one up in the backyard. I shot one up upstairs in the house, and let me tell you, I would not want to get hit by one. It's hard. It's hard plastic. But I gave $2 for that. I figured I'd have $2 worth of fun shooting in the yard. No, I'm not going to shoot the birds, the dogs, cats. But if there's somebody comes by, eggs my house, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, now we're going to move into books. I got 2 lots of books. This first lot, my wife went in and purchased. I wasn't going to purchase it initially, but they're all hunting firearms related. And I'm going to switch. Well, let me just go into this one. Let's do this one first. This is a Arms and Ammunition Stoeger catalog from his 1931-1932 edition. This one is actually in pretty decent. I mean, there is some page damage or curls. But overall, it's in pretty good condition. The cover is all there. There is a little roughness to the cover. Let me know in the notes, would you have picked this up? Again, it's just a arms and ammunition catalog from 1931-32. Now, the lot that this was part of, I think I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I had 15 books in this lot. I paid $2 for the lot. The other one, I had 2 reloading manuals. I paid $2 for that lot. So over 17 books, I have $4 wrapped into. Now, the reason I'm showing you that one first. Let me transition my screen over. I sold one just like it. And as you can see there, I sold it for $40. Right there. So there is draw to it. I'm going to show you a couple others that I've sold over the last couple months from the previous lot. This book was a first edition, the Sight book by George Mattis. This one sold for $50. We already went over that one at $40. The Winchester 12, this is a part of that series. I sold that one for $60. This old Stoker, and this was in rough condition. Seriously. Let me switch over. You can see there was tears in it. Up here, sorry. Bends in the page. And that one sold for $25. There's my other Winchester book. I had 3 of those. 2 of them were signed. That one sold for $60. And that was it for the books. So as you can see, oh, you know what? I did have one more. Let me see if I can pull it up. The reason I didn't have this one, it was because I just sold this one just today. Let me pull it up. This one actually dropped down to sell because I noticed I had some lingering watchers. And switch that over there. And this is a United States military small arms and small arms book, 1810 to 1805. Got $21.34 when it was all said and done. And this is all, these older books I'm doing priority shipping. I know I could do a media mail, but someone's going to be spending that much money on a book. I'm going to go ahead and offer better shipping. So let's go back over here. So anyway, I'll go over the ones that I found. I've already gone over this Stoker 1931-32. These are going to range anywhere from $15 up to $30 to $40 a book is what I plan on listing them at. So I'm going to go over a few more. I think this one, they actually read some of these Stoker magazines. You have to make sure that you watch out because they have done remakes of them. And they're going to draw a lot lower value. They're going to have a lot less value to them. So when you're looking at comps and looking at what's sold, what hasn't, make sure you're looking at the original. This is an original version. It's a 1939 New York World's Fair Jubilee issue. And again, if you're wondering what type of, let's just take a look here. Back then, a genuine Luger pistol, $100. So it looks like weapons were I figure they would have been a little bit cheaper than that, but maybe it's just type of weapons I'm looking at. Yeah, but rough, and of course I don't shoot. So I mean, I have shot in the past, but I don't know how much the shotgun would cost. I guess they'd probably run anywhere from $300 to $400 on up. This one here is another Stoger's, and this one I believe this one's older than this one. Well, that might have been because it was a special edition. This one was catalog number 27. It says the catalog was copyrighted in 1936, so it was a little bit earlier. I've got Stoger's The Shooter's Bible. It does have damage there on the cover. 1940 edition. And you know, I don't know. Oh, don't they look dapper? Shooting coats and jackets. That's pretty funny. Anyway, I get a kick out of these old catalogs. It kind of cracks me up. Oh my goodness, we had color in 1940. Where was that? Don't tell me I was just seeing things. Look at that. Color catalog right there in the middle. Anyway, this one was the 1940 issue of the Shooter's Bible. I have a 1949 version of the Shooter's Bible, again Stoger. And again, you got to watch out for reprints of these. They did reprint some of their catalogs. This one's in fairly good condition. I mean, there's some water damage, but as I showed you on the other one here, I don't know if I gave you a good. I need to show you just so you know what I showed you. I went over the one with all the curled pages and stuff. I'm gonna transition back over to here. This one right here. There was a label there, and you can't really see it on that image, but I took a picture of it outside of its sleeve, and the entire front cover was completely disconnected. But it still brought a $40 price on it. So there is value in these books, trust me. The next one is another Shooter's Bible. This is a 1960 edition. Again, Stoger's. This one doesn't actually list Stoger's, but it should. I'll have to look into that and see. Yeah, Stoger Arms Corporation, 4518. Corporation, no, Court Street, Court Square, Long Island, New York. So that was the 1960, did I say? And this is the 48th edition, 1957. This one's in a little bit better condition as far as the cover. And I didn't see any tears. What was that? Oh. His and Her Calendar. 1960 wallet date maker. Oh, that's funny. You can see that it says his and hers. So his calendar here, and he can put dates on the back side of the calendar. They can it's perforated so they can tear it apart and have a free gift for purchasing the catalog. Okay, we're going to go away from Stoger now. These next ones are Herders. This one's, and that's Herters. The authentic world source of hunters, fishermen, guides, gunsmiths, tackle makers, forest rangers, commercial fishermen, trappers, and explorers. And this one does have the back cover off. I haven't sold Herders yet, but there's envelopes in here. Let's see what this person was into. Bonus with the purchase. This is Dodgers defeated by Braves 2-1. And on the back was an Orange County, California proposed supervisorial redistricting plan. So maybe that's an interesting part of history. I'm not from California. I barely visited there when I was in the military. And let's see what this is. This was National Rifle Association of America. It's a bill of sale, evidence of a lawful transfer title. I'm trying to figure out what it was for. Oh, it's for a 30 caliber rifle. And this is, dear NRA member, the NRA has completed your Springfield rifle order and has furnished carbon copies of the enclosed vouchers to the arsenal to expedite your shipment of the rifle. Obtain a cashier's check, certified check, postal money order in the amount of $14.50. This must be made payable to the Treasury of the United States. More instructions on. It looks like he got his certificate there. So, not that it has any significance to anything, but let's see what this one is. This must be what he purchased. Notes on the model 1903A3 Springfield. Anyway. So, Herder's catalog. And this one does have more than... You can see there's fishing lures in there. That's probably a little quick. What else do they have in here? Oh my goodness, what is this? This looks like how to build your own boat or resurface it. I'm not real sure. Some archery equipment. Yeah, Herder's English paint. Basic procedure for covering of wooden boats with Herder's heavy duty fiberglass. So, anyway, if you want to learn how to put fiberglass in your boat, come look me up on that. This one is a little bit rougher condition. This is another Herder's Inc. Catalog 43 from 1952. Excuse the green screen effect there. 1952. There in the bottom. And this one has quite a bit of wear on the back cover. And actually the last 3 or 4, I don't even know if I'll be able to get hardly anything out of this. But the order blank for the catalogs. Pretty interesting. I don't know, I just dig these catalogs. So there's small Herders, and that might even, I can't even, no, that's a full catalog. It's just a lot smaller. And here is Herders, and this is the 1971 to 1972 version. And the cover's in pretty decent condition, front and back. And I'm trying not to, must have some green in there. That's what the problem is. But yeah, again, you can see the changes in the catalogs. Look at that. Full-blown color. And it has the fishing augers, furs. Oh my goodness. Herder's world-famous chrome and fiberglass Herder's boats. These look like canoes, fiberglass canoes. Oh, you're not going to be able to see the green water. Anyway. There's another one there. And for those of you that I'm doing jewelry next, more jewelry, so if the title of the video caught you on the jewelry, please be patient with me. I'll be on to that. Advanced deer hunting. And this was, I think this was like in the 70s. Second printing, 1989. So, yeah, 1989 version. That was 2 years after I graduated high school. So, if you know anybody, Christmas is coming up. If you want to get the Advanced Deer Hunting book, it's hardcover. you know where to come. And we're still going on that same lot. All these books here were $2, and I'm looking at, I'm really thinking I'm going to be pushing, another $200 off of this lot. So this is a hand loader's manual by Earl Naramore. Little hardcover book there. It does show wear on the corners. And but the binding is still intact. Now somebody wrote something in here. There's their gift or the person's name that originally bought it in 1/20/1938. And I actually think this was a little bit 1937. Copyright by Thomas G. Samworth, 1937. It just kind of blows my mind. This is a hand loader's manual, and there's a few black and whites, or one black and white in the center. Or he's pouring his lead in his molds. So actually it's not really, it's kind of a flimsy. I'll have to look at that to see if it's I think that's leather. Yeah, I'll have to look at that closer. I got H&R Reesing submarine submachine gun owner's manual. Uses and advantages. I mean, this is stuff you won't see printed today for sure. Or not in my circles. Colt on the Trail, little manual there. This is, whoever had this before wrote a value $20 on it. Like I said, I don't know if this is 1934 second edition, Colt's Patent Firearms Manufacturing Company. So it was a book put out by Colt. A revolver goes turkey hunting. Old Patch. Looks like it's they are hunting stories. Old Patch was a killer bear. He had been known to frequent the territory on the southwest side of Skokomish for years. So I guess it goes on to a guy that protected himself with a Colt. Hunger on the Amazon. It looks like it might be just so short. Factual. I'm going to say, I'm saying it here, factual stories on folks that have used the Colt in real life. And someone that owned this before was putting values of it. $10 he had in here, and who knows how long that note was there. I'll have to do my own research. This is Small Arms Firing Manual, 1913. I don't know if you can see that. I can't read the top of that. Something special edition. Banta Special Edition Small Arms Manual 1913. Corrected to June 17, 1918. So it was originally printed in 1913 and corrected. This one was corrected up to 1918, it looks like. Index and questions, copyright 1918. So that may be all that they. Very small writing. So, pretty cool. I love old books, whether they're any value or not. Okay, the next. I enjoy them. I need to finish my sentences. So, that was all part of one lot. Oh no, there was one more. Sorry, this one I wasn't sure of. This is the Gun Digest. I think it still carries a value of about $10 to $15. And this was copyright 1944. So it is just, it looks like just information. Do's and don'ts of upland game shooting. So if anybody plans on going upland game shooting or knows somebody that is and would like to get the perfect gift, look me up, 1944 version of the Gun Digest. So there's the first lot, $2 I said for all those books. And I'm pretty confident I'm going to clear well over 150, maybe even $200 for that. Close to $200 for that lot. Not bad for a $2 investment. $2 and some change. You know, you have to figure tax and give the government their piece, as well as the auction house. So these next two, these are worth $2 for the lot. This is black powder gunsmithing. Excuse that green screen effect there. Replicas or relics, how to build or restore black powder guns. So it looks like there's a lot of information in there if you are a gunsmithing black powder gunsmither or have interest in that. It's pretty thick. It's got lots of pictures. So it's almost better than the internet, or as good as the internet. That was copyright in Walker commenced writing. Okay, this just tells who Ralph Walker was. I do not see. I'm guessing it's probably going to be in the 70s. It does have an ISBN number, so I cannot remember when they started putting those cute little codes down in the bottom. And yeah, I don't see any date on it, but it's got to be FO. If anybody knows what copyright at MCMLXXVIII. I could Google it, you know, I really could. And this one right here is the Illustrated Reloader Handbook. And this may have been, the person received it in 1961. But I don't know if this might be one of the earlier. This handbook is published by the National Rifle Association of America. Material herein is reprinted from issues. So this includes all issues from 50, it looks like. Well, it includes stuff from 50, 58, 59, 60, 61, 53, 55, 56, 57, 58, 60. So 1960 was the oldest date that this included. So we're looking at 1960, 1961. And this one's illustrated as well. Anyway, NRA Illustrated Reloader Handbook. I saw a piece of paper floating in here as well. Maybe I didn't. Okay. Anyway, I always look for old paper. So we started with jewelry. We went to books. Oh, these I thought were really cool, and I hope that I will turn off the green screen for this. And let me get them out. Let me get my computer real quick. I just want to look something up. I meant to already have this pulled up. McCall's. They're lithographs. And I'm pulling them up as well on. You know, I love me my lithographs, even though I the ones I've sold were military, but these are they are the McCall's Centennial Portfolio of Prints. Let me put that up. McCall's Centennial Portfolio. You guys are probably pulling this up faster than I am. I want to say that they're under their other name. Centennial Portfolio of Prints by Goodies. Anyway, I'm going to pull them out carefully. They actually came with an order form, I guess, if you wanted to get more. I'll pull those up in just a second. I'll go over them. There's actually 4 of them here. Try to be really careful with them. I'm going to get real close because the way some people list, okay, first they both came on a piece of cardboard on both sides to help protect, I guess, during shipping. Then each piece of paper, and I'm assuming might be paper that would protect them in between the prints. And this is Goodies Fashion for December. I have too much light going, really. But this is Goodies Fashion for December 1870. I think that's how people... Goodies. That could be why Ladies Fashions. It's not the book. It's Goodies. And this is just Bull and Solds. I'm probably going to list these as a set. But these I did pay. I'm trying to get a little of my hand oil on them as well. I just think they're cool. There's a little bit of damage on each corner. But I paid $6 for these. And I haven't decided if I'm going to lot them out or sell them individually. This is Goodies Fashions for March 1870. Let me move my computer screen so I can make sure I'm centering that. And no, that's not a hole there. I'll try to... That's the green shining through. That's funny. They are all in pretty good condition. Like I said, there's slight damage to the corners. Nothing that a good frame wouldn't hide. This is Goodies Fashions for September 1870. They're all printed in Italy. I don't know if it'll focus in on that or not. It's not going to focus. But they were printed in Italy. And I haven't done enough research to find out this is for May of 1870. So anyway, I picked those up. I'm gonna put them back in the cardboard so I don't do any damage to them. And they're not huge. Number one, I just picked them up because, again, I pick up some stuff just because I think it's pretty cool. And I was going to go and look at some comps for them. It looks like they're probably going for about... I may end up doing better selling them separately. But, they're going to about $10, $20 a piece. I just got to find what I was looking at them. Go to McCall's. Most people probably don't know. Centennial. I'll switch this over. Just to kind of give you an idea what I was looking at. So this one right here, this is actually a magazine. I mean, these aren't even lithographs. These are actual articles out of the magazines. So, you know, maybe those are they're not as old. They're still vintage, but maybe they're not as old as I initially thought. If these were original out of the magazines in the 18... Oh, I lost it. Anyway. They may be lithographs made from the original articles. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. But I thought they were cool all the same. Okay, we're going to go through the last bit of jewelry. And I'll tell you what. They were in this pink. I believe it's depression glass. I think it might be... it's reminiscent of the sweetheart pattern. I don't know if you guys can see that. I got some paper towel here. Let me put this receipt. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell it or not. But there is no branding on it. But it came in this. I guess what I'm saying, if this is depression glass, I think with the unique design, shape of the glass, almost like a rose petal or a flower petal. Oh, excuse me. If anybody knows about depression glass, let me know. But I think it'll pull $15 to $20, and that was, I paid $6 for it, and which include, I actually bought it for the jewelry. Again, I'm still learning. I really think these are plastic beads. It's a long chain. I mean, I think it's one of those you double up. I only wear jewelry on certain occasions, so bear with me if I don't. I'm going to stop showing off the goods here. I will clean them before I ship them out. Polish them up. Anyway. Choke myself as I get it up. But you can see it is pretty long here. And give you an idea what the chain and the beads look like. Didn't see any markings. I think this is just old-fashioned jewelry. And it does have a clasp, but it's just your standard clasp there. And all these chains, there's one chain that paid for the entire lot, which I'll show you. The rest is just cool. This is a smaller chain, but it's interesting because it's like a knotted chain. Like every 2 inches, it's knotted. I don't know if somebody did it that way. I mean, I'm sure it's the design. But anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. This genuine copper. Yes, that is right. This is like a ball and hook. I don't know if that's the official term for it, but that's what I'm going with. Clasp. It's got this little etched design in there. I don't know. It looks like firework or something. How do I know it's genuine copper? Because the sticker tells me so. Right there, genuine copper. And it's not a super long chain there. I mean, I'm a guy, so I always want to make sure that the pretty side was facing out. Good. The next one is a chain, another chain. It almost reminds me of paper clips. This is quite a bit shorter one. This one did not have any marks whatsoever. A lot of these didn't, but I'll just show you why I kind of thought it looked like paper clips. stuck together. No significant metal value there. Here's almost like a choker, I'm guessing. But I hadn't seen a chain like that. These are just a round tubing, and they actually look like fish eyes. Or swivels. They're not swivels because it's not swiveling. If you've ever been fishing, you know what a swivel is. With that one. This one I thought was really cool. I mean, several of these, even though they may not hold a lot of value, I just thought this was really cool. Just that it's some kind of marble, or it's almost multicolored when the light reflects off of it. I mean, you're gonna see the green screen, but I don't know what it is. It's got just a little hook. Let me see if I'm going to turn off the green screen real quick, just so you can see the nastiness of my office. And filters. Turn that on. There you go. You can kind of see what it looks like when the reflection hits it. And it's got like 4 prongs holding it up. Anyway, if you guys know what that is, if you think it's just glass, a marble, I don't know. I'm still learning on those. This I can only assume. I guess it could probably be used as a choker. It would choke me for sure. It's like a 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch too small for me. I would definitely feel some choking going on. No markings, but it's got these a thin chain with these little beads on it. So anyway, thought it was pretty cool. You'll hear me talk about, oh yeah, it's pretty cool. Here's another long chain. It's got some metal beads in between. And I don't think I ever went through my last lot of jewelry, but I've already sold quite a bit, and this one I thought was pretty neat. I've got 2 of these. One of them is this silver. Me and my friends watch this. No, I don't usually dress in drag, only on my YouTube videos. So it looks like multiple chains. How am I gonna explain to my wife that I have to go up and ask her to take this off for me? Because I don't know. I don't wear jewelry. Okay, there goes. Whew. I hope you're getting a kick out of me trying on necklaces this evening. But anyway, it's and you really want to have these untangled, but I've had them just sitting in a box. And here's the gold version of it. Again, it was just sitting in the box, so I will have to take care in gorgeous. Gorgeous. That's a gorgeous necklace, Margaret. And I think I already went over this one. Yeah, that was the knotted one. Now, this is the one that made my money. just a basic gold chain. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking in my loop. And what do I see? I did already look at this. Italy, 14 karat. And I checked it. I think it was at 2.4 ounces. With the price of gold, the value on it, gold-wise, is just over $80, or right at $80. And depending where you go, how much you can get for it, 70 to 80%. Even if it was 7% or 70% off of 80 was what? That's roughly $56. So about $50 necklace at the minimum, I think, conservatively, and I would have paid for that $6 jar. So, you know, the return on that, I really am. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces with the gold chain and the depression glass. I'm hoping 150, 180 to 200. I know that's a wide range. I was really thinking $15 to $20 on this. And I'm going to list my other necklaces anywhere from $9.99 up to probably $16, $17.99. I may be going low. I may be going high on some of them. So if you figure 9 of those at that price, let's average it out and say 12. So 9 times 12 is what, 108? No, I need to learn how to multiply. 9 times 12, 60, 36, 96. I knew I'd get it. So 96 on the chains. The value, I'm going to list it for at least gold value on that chain and see where it goes from there. So if I list it for 80, there's another 180 plus the 20. So let's just say rough estimate 150 to 200. I'm really looking around the 180 range. The next items I have, I bought 4 sterling silver necklace or bracelets. So we'll just go. This is, I want to say it's more like a Celtic. Little sterling silver bracelet there. This one, I want to say it might be turquoise, abalone, and I don't know what the black would be. I think it's a little misshapen. Let me show you the goods. I think this one's going to be pretty popular just because of the butterfly. And those are just a standard clip around your bracelet and hope it doesn't fall off. That's what the official term is. Clip it on your wrist and hope it doesn't fall off. These are snap and hook. That's an official term coined by me. Actually, I don't know what that's called. This is another sterling silver. This one will need to be cleaned up. It's, again, I think this is actually turquoise. Let me see if I can. It's sterling bracelet with a little snap and click. One of them was made in Mexico. That was only, well, this one I believe I saw just the words Mexico written on it. And it was just on the very edge. Very small. Oh, there it is. I mean, I literally can only see like the top of the M, the A, anyway, these are I want to say all of these are made in Mexico, except maybe this one looks a little newer, so I don't know if it is newer or if it was just cleaned. It had basically the same clasp as that one. And it is essentially the same material. I want to almost say that these may be this from the same time period. Because everything looks very similar to their construction, except the other one seems to be holding up a little bit better. This one was actually, this one was marked Mexico. Taxco, I think, is what is written on it. But this one may be a little misshapen too, but at least when you get it on there, it's not going to move. I want to say those look like dragonfly wings. I believe it is still that. I want to say there's turquoise in there, but it's very polished. So I don't know. Maybe I'll take some pictures and put them up. I need to convert I have just a page up on Facebook, but I really need to convert it to actual membership page. So you can post photos, and I can post photos and see what you guys think. But anyway, 4 bracelets. I did pay a little bit more for these. They cost me $24, I believe. I can't find them. $25. So I paid $25. I'm gonna try to get 25. I'll probably list them a little higher. So I want to try to get at least that very, very minimum $25 to $30 off of it. But we'll see. These next 2 items, nothing related to anything. And to be honest with you, I think I overpaid for them because I don't think they were. When I pulled comps one day, I must have been looking at something else. But these are, what I give for these. They're 2 photo lenses. I gave $11 for them. And to be honest with you, this is a Tokina. I think I'm going to be lucky if I can even double my the price. HOYA 55 millimeter. I believe they're supposed to be for Olympus. So maybe I can. I need my mouse pad. Let me see if I can pull those up real quick. Olympus. I think that's what I did. I just went off the description. One says Olympus 200 millimeter, which I believe. I want to say this is the 35 millimeter. I really need to do my research. I don't even. It says 55 millimeter. Sequoia 55 millimeter. Skylight 18. Oh yeah. See, this is one of those things. I'm going to transition over so you can see my ignorance here. Oh yeah, 55 millimeter skylight. I think it's 18. See if anything comes up. I'm just lens made in Japan. Close focus. The only thing I looked through it. It says 35 to 105 millimeter. I want to supposed to be looking for. Olympus 35 to 105. Let's see if that pulls up. So there's a 35 to 105 millimeter. 1 to 3.5, 4.3. I don't know any of these numbers. RMC Tokina. That's not the same brand. They are made for Olympus, but it looks like I might get. Let me see if that that name pulls up. I just saw a name in the RMC Tokina. Oh, there's it right there. It is. Well, similar. That one's a 3.5 to 4.3. This is 3.5 to 4.3. So maybe I get about, you know, $20 a piece for them. Oh, I don't even think I showed you. So it came with a cover and it came with a little pouch. So I bought 2 lenses, $11 a pair, and I can't find the case that I just had. Well, I'll have to find that in a bit. The next one is, it's funny, I would have probably just set it right there. This came in a case. Let me try to go back over and I'll get a bigger picture of it. This is the case. This is the lens. This one's substantially longer, which I don't know if size matters. But this one is a same brand. Let's switch back over. And this one is a 80 to 200 millimeter. Yeah, so there's one. And these are just what's listed. I don't know what they've actually sold for. And this one actually says, maybe I can get somebody that can test these out for me. Seems like this one that says test shots were taken, it drew a better price. So maybe I'll double my money back. Well, this one's just like mine. It comes with a case. I don't know what the M42 mount is. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe I'll take them to a camera shop and see. Am I just going nuts here? This shows the amount of mess that I have. Well, you know, I don't think this one had a top lens cover on it. Which is interesting because it goes in just like that because it's there's an indentation, I guess, to keep it from. Snap that close. And you know, I picked up a few other things that I'm not necessarily going over tonight because my wife's upstairs listening. And in all fairness, she's the one that bid on some of this stuff. I probably wouldn't have picked it up on my own, but she's kind of getting the bug a little bit, so I'm letting her go with it. She picked up a toy lot, and she really wanted it for the Nerf guns. I don't know if you know this, but soldiers, especially on the ships, they enjoy Nerf guns. It's just safe entertainment during their downtime. So she's been collecting Nerf guns. And in that toy lot, there's a boomerang. There's a little USB charged submarine that dives in the water and stuff. I think there was some CD or DVD jewel cases in there. I picked me up a trimmer for that box slot. She gave $13 for, and she was just trying to outbid the person that kept prolonging her bid. Like I was giving her heck the whole time. Like, are you no more? Don't bid anymore. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Got me this Boland's trimmer. I went out and started it yesterday. It worked just fine. Picked it up for $7. I needed a weed eater for the house. And I was just too cheap to go buy a brand new one. It's funny, those things that, you know, I don't know. I haven't bought a brand new lawnmower in probably 25 years. I take that back. One year my wife bought me a riding lawnmower for Father's Day. But, you know, that was still probably 6 or 7 years ago. She bought a box of fabric, assorted fabric. Nothing really spectacular, but she paid $2 for it. She's going to be making some quilts. And my daughter's been doing 4-H sewing, so she's probably going to be making her some outfits with some of that fabric. My wife picked up 2 Rotary International belt buckles, which I've done pretty good on, decent on belt buckles. At least that they've sold for me. And the ones I had, they were more like these club oriented. I did some Loom or Loyal Order of the Moose. Did a couple of those. Those are the 2 that come to mind. I do have a couple listed now, but you know, she was a foreign exchange student in high school that she went on, you know, through the Rotary, so there was some emotional ties there as well. Excuse me. She got a quilting craft bag with work light. There was one thing that was quilting related, plus a little work light. And the rest, she had a bunch of beads. So I think I'm going to have her list those on Etsy. I mean, it was a pretty good size bag of them. She picked up a fur coat. I think it's mink. She's taking it to a taxidermist tomorrow just to confirm that it is mink. I don't have much experience in furs, and you know what? I understand there's people out there that don't agree with wearing furs, but you know, to each their own. I don't believe in endangering species of animals for our clothing anymore. There was a time and place for that, but at the same time, that time and place when it was completely acceptable, that's where these vintage clothing items are coming from. So I have no problems buying and selling vintage furs. So anyway, it is what it is. I from my understanding, I mean, there's a huge market for it. Excuse me again. The dumbest purchase of the day. She bought these. They're listed as solo snow cone cups and translucent lids. Over 2,000 snow cone cups. 1 ounce translucent lids over 2,000. These little translucent lids, they're like lids this big around that fit on the little, like you go to, you know, a mom and pop burger shop that might have condiments out. You squirt your condiments in it, put a lid on it, you can take it with you to go. That's what the lids were. No containers, just the lids. And a shitload of those solo cups. They remind me of the ones that were next to the water cooler. And she bought a large lot of hats. There are over 25 hats in there. She gave $24 for. I wasn't real sure about it because you couldn't tell what all the hats were, but there was a couple decent ones in there that I think will definitely make her money back. But hey, those are her purchases. She's upstairs listing them now. Good for her. Anyway, that's it I'm covering for today. I know it's been a long video. Thank you for sticking around. If you came for the jewelry, I teased you a little bit with the cufflinks up front. Made you sit through all the ammo books. What a combination tonight. But I finally got back around to it. Win on the 14 karat gold, and I think there's a huge win in the $4 I spent for 17 books. There she is, the case for the lens. I'm glad I didn't lose that. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Hey, if you like the content, please hit the like button. You know, I'm just a little guy, but it really does make us feel that people are getting something out of the videos or out of the content. But anyway, that's it for tonight. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.